Hello, so I will just get right on to it. The image shown shows two older women protesting about Medicaid accessibility. Medicaid is a federal and state program that provides health coverage to low-income individuals and families, including children, pregnant women, the elderly, and people with disabilities. It is the largest source of funding for medical and health-related services for people with limited income in America. There are specific eligibilities you have to obtain in order to access this financial help. And now, thanks to the One Big Beautiful Bill the Trump administration passed July 4th, 2025, Medicaid eligibilities have become more intense in the way that it is harder for people to get health coverage. These new eligibility restrictions are currently causing millions of eligible people to lose coverage. For example, the new law requires that most robust adults ages 19 to 64 to participate in work, volunteering, or educational activities for at least 80 hours per month to maintain eligibility. Many citizens who are already working could lose this health coverage due to difficulty documenting and reporting their hours. Another eligibility which has changed in order for people to receive Medicaid is an immigration restriction where the Trump Act limits Medicaid eligibility for certain lawfully present immigrants by imposing a 5-year waiting period for some green card holders, stripping coverage from these groups of people. The older ladies in the picture shown are protesting this absurdity not only because it directly affects their access to coverage, but it also millions of more Americans in the country. This includes their friends, families, and so much more. Now, these ladies' access to healthcare has become increasingly harder due to these new Medicaid restrictions. Not only these ladies are affected by this change, but as stated, immigrants who are in fact legally allowed to be here will suffer to receive healthcare because of this change. In fact, this is the main reason the government was shut down recently on October 1st, 2025. There were disagreements over extensions the Big Beautiful Bill put into place. The Democrats insisted that the soon-to-be expiring tax under the Affordable Care Act be extended as a condition for passing a funding bill, while some Republicans opposed including them in the spending measure. These all have to do with health coverage and restricting people's health coverage. Next, describing the image and cultural differences. Obviously, as stated, these are targeted to the demographic of older people, in this case, elderly ladies. How does this influence healthcare interactions, decision-making, or patient outcomes? Being an older person, they are slower to decision-making, they are harder to understand modern technology, and they need more patience in most situations. So those are all stereotypes. And while they may be true, they are biases in the healthcare system. So it is important to acknowledge these biases and then continue your learning or education in no matter workforce you have. This could look like meetings. This could look like acknowledgement. This could look like courses. Anything in order to learn more about biases and how to overcome them. So this has taught me about my own assumptions that obviously this picture depicted older ladies. So this was the targeted demographic. But I assumed that first, mostly older people needed Medicaid. While there are younger women in the back, the picture specifically targets these older ladies, kind of implying that they're the ones that need the coverage the most. But this isn't true. Any people with low income, disability, families, older adults, yes, but this can span over the whole population. And these are my sources. Thank you.